Hello everyone, this is JEM, and we're coming to you today live on KJEM Radio, KJEM. And even though the girls couldn't be with me today, I am so excited to have the opportunity to chat with this truly unique and outrageously talented woman. I would say, unless you've been hiding under a rock or under Pizzazz's hair, you probably already know that she's been chosen to share some of her beautiful artwork for the brand new JEM and the Holograms comic book. Please welcome Miss Sara Richard. So I want to know, and I know that our listeners would love to know, how were you approached by IDW Publishing to do this completely outrageous artwork for our new comic book?
Well, I've been doing a lot of the My Little Pony comics, and I've been doing that for a year and a half, I think, before, and I've always been a huge fan. Huge fan. So I was definitely constantly asking the editors, hey, when JEM comics start coming down the pipeline, please let me know. And I would find reasons to ask them about it, like ridiculous things like I got a new hang glider and made it all very JEM colors. Use that as a reason to be like, hey, editor.
Remember JEM?
Remember JEM, and remember how I kept asking you? And it was Chris Ryle at IDW, and I would bug him relentlessly about it. And so finally, New York Comic Con last year, they told me that was going to happen, and I did a stupid little dance in front of him. And
oh, I wish that we'd got that on tape.
It was a little embarrassing in retrospect, but he totally got it. And so it's been great.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I can't wait. When did you... So obviously you grew up watching JEM and the Holograms, and were you already, well, you just said you were already a huge fan of JEM when they approached you to work on the JEM comic book. So I have a question. What is your favorite JEM song?
My favorite JEM song is It All Depends on the Mood I'm In, because that's kind of what I guess subconsciously play in my head whenever I get dressed in the morning.
That's so true.
You know, like if I go out and I go out to karaoke a lot, if I plan on singing a lot of 90s songs, I'll kind of put together more of a 90s like kind of thing, or 80s, or if it's just one of those days where I want to wear bright colors because I'm happy because it's sunny out.
Depends on the mood you're in.
Exactly.
And then like when you want to do some fabulous new creative piece,
oh, totally.
It would all depend on...
Yeah.
You're listening to KJEM, KJEM Radio. Sit back and relax while I cue up a little request from Sara. Here's JEM and the Holograms with It All Depends on the Mood I'm In. This is KJEM, KJEM Radio, and we're back on the air. Okay, so I want to know, what are some of the projects, because you've had quite an arc of things that you've been up to with your illustrations. What are some of the fun projects that people might know about or don't know about that you've been involved in over the years? And then what's next for you after the JEM and the Holograms comic book?
Like I said earlier, My Little Pony, probably going to keep doing that for a while, hopefully. Everything. I would like to, keep working on JEM for as long as possible. I'm hoping it just keeps the momentum going and it just becomes huge. bigger than huge, and I can keep working on that
If
forever
we
and
can
ever
keep
and ever.
Eric Raymond and Pizzazz
I
out
know.
of the way,
There's
then...
always that.
I know, right?
And hopefully they'll see how awesome it is, and that little shred of humanity in both of them will allow it to continue.
Yes, we'll see about that, right?
But other than that, I have a little side project where I do a lot of fashion design based on like pop culture, kind of like high fashion cosplay designs.
I love that.
My
So you
big
were
thing-
inspired by Shayna.
Yeah.
There you go.
She's definitely one of my muses for sure. But yeah, that and just a couple other personal projects that I hope to kind of collect into a book at some point, and another kids book.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
A kids book.
I do have a kids book right now. It was actually nominated for an Eisner a couple years ago, which is really exciting.
Where can people find that?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's called Kitty and Dino, the ampersand for and, but it's through Yen Press, who's part of Hachette Books, and yeah, it's an all-ages book about a cat raising a baby dinosaur.
Oh my gosh!
It's pretty fun. It's super cute.
That
and
is so cool.
yeah, it was my first kind of big project, and yeah, I had such a blast that I want to write the next one. The Kitty and Dino was kind of written by one of the editors there, and I was hired to illustrate it. But I have the story, and it's going to be very crazy and surreal and fun and cute, and it's going to be cool. So hopefully this year,
needs to happen.
yeah. So this year I'm going to try to make it happen for sure.
Okay, well, we are all behind you on that.
Awesome,
That is
thank
for
you.
sure. So I want to know, when did you first start to realize that you had a gift for illustration, for drawing? Because I mean, that's such a beautiful. Were you a kid? Did you always love to draw and sketch and do that type of thing?
Yeah. I remember I used to doodle all the time. I remember first grade. I guess my first like really vivid memory of art was first grade. I drew a house, and the teacher loved it, and I got first place in the house drawing contest, I guess. So I took that as a sign. But I'd always loved creating characters and drawing animals. I used to draw animals all the time and just go into like Encarta, like that encyclopedia and CD-ROM thing, and just look for new animals to draw.
Well, did you draw with like colored pencils or just like
colored
charcoal
pencil. I for a little while I wanted to get into more digital coloring, but I always kept falling back into more of a traditional kind of media like acrylic and pencil, and I tried oil a little bit too. But yeah, I mean, I would always just be able to process things, I guess, better. Drawing, even in school, I would draw in all my margins of notes, which I'd get in trouble all the time. But I'd try to explain to them. That's how I'd understand what they were talking about. Because chemistry made no sense to me unless I was drawing a unicorn, you know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
But yeah, it's just always, I just have all these ideas that it's hard for me to explain. It's easier for me to draw it, I guess.
Yeah,
so
that makes it's your words
just a
on
communication
paper.
tool that I prefer, I guess.
I love that. Did you want to have a career as an artist? Do you remember like kind of saying, when I grow up, I want to do this for a living?
I remember saying when I grew up I wanted to train killer whales, but I also wanted to do art as well. I think I remember drawing a mural of this big ocean scene on my wall, and after a while thinking like, oh, I could do this. I could keep doing this. Why can't I keep doing this?
Yeah.
And, you know, my parents were a little worried about that as a career choice, but
look at you now.
I know, I proved it worked out okay.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of hard work. And
I bet they're so excited for you.
They're super excited.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
Yeah. A lot of stuff on the
fridge.
fridge.
You're like a freehand illustrator, which I just think is so amazing, because I mean the digital art is incredible, that's its own medium, but to actually be able to take a pencil and paper and create something from the freehand, I just think that's so cool. So do you, like with the JEM comic book, did it start as a pencil sketch? Like how did that, I'm curious about your process.
What I do is I do a bunch of little thumbnail sketches, like really, really rough sketches, kind of different scenarios, and they sort of make sense to other people. They make more sense to me than anything, so I really have to like flesh them out a little bit more to show the editor. Like I'll show maybe 5 or 6 different ideas, and then John Barber, who's one of the editor for JEM, picks one, and then from there I go into a more final sketch. It's still pencils, and then I'll scan it in to my computer, and if anything needs resizing, I'll redo that in Photoshop. That's really the extent of the digital part of it, though, because I'll print it back out at the size I want, use graphite paper and transfer it to the surface I'm going to paint on.
That is so clever.
And it's a lot of steps, it's a lot of silly steps, but it gets me back into doing a more hands-on application, which I like being able to touch what I'm working on, and I like getting paint splatters everywhere. Like, all my clothes have little white paint spots all over it. My phone has little white paint spots on it.
Does your house like have canvases on
there's,
easels everywhere?
Yeah, it's sort of, every now and then. It's mostly just got paint in different weird areas, so the walls are all covered up right now.
No mistaking, there is an artist in the house.
Exactly, yeah, I would rather my landlord not know all that. So, but I appreciate digital art. It's just not for me. I like being able to touch what I'm working on. In a computer, it's behind a screen. And
there's a heart and soul. There's that connection that's so
right.
beautiful.
I like having the
tactile
risk of spilling paint on something that you just spent 20 hours working on. I guess it makes it exciting. So
I love it. I love it. We're going to take a short break. You're listening to KJEM, KJEM Radio. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey, it's your old bestie, Jem. Remember how you loved getting me as a holiday gift? You ignored your other toys for like 3 years. Well, you can be that truly outrageously happy again with the new Honda Civic. During Happy Honda Days, it comes with a rear view camera
and Pandora compatibility. Care to dance?
Oh, at ease, soldier. Get something you'll love at the Happy Honda Day sales event. Thank you for that quick word from our sponsors. This is KJEM, KJEM Radio, and we're back on the air. So you're inspired, I mean, for the Holograms, our songwriting, we're inspired by life, by all the things that we go through. What do you pull from? What are your inspirations for your artwork, for,
Yeah, I love art history. Art Nouveau and Art Deco are two huge influences for me. Just the line qualities and how different they are from each other too. Like Art Nouveau is very organic, and I love all the wispy lines. And Art Deco is very geometric and can be a really awesome design tool for backgrounds or even costumes, like or fashion design, which is another huge inspiration. Shayna's work's amazing.
You should see her outfit, listeners, right now. You can't see because we're in the studio, but her outfit is so rockin'.
It's very Holograms inspired. And more of my wardrobe is becoming that way. It's working on JEM has started to kind of awaken a little bit more of my everything needs to be neon colors and have ruffles and silly patterns, and I love it so much. But yeah, and like music, depending on what I'm working on, if it's kind of a darker piece, I'll put on something a little bit more moody. I made a really sad piece to a Coldplay song the other day, which I don't normally do, but sometimes you just kind of got to get that out of there. But or like upbeat, happy music, if it's a really happy piece, it really does influence what kind of comes out. But also in activities too, I hang glide when I can in just like air, like and whenever I get to draw like a character flying, it's like I kind of take from the just excitement and happiness when you're in the air.
Wow, I can't believe you do that. Like you just said that. When I'm not painting, I'm hang gliding.
When the weather's nice.
Were you inspired by JEM and their hang gliding episode?
That I forgot about when that happened, and the other day I saw that again, and I was just like, oh my god, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why I hang right now. Subconsciously, I remembered that one moment. But yeah, it's just like I like to take that and put like that expression, what I remember from a really happy flight, a really nice flight, and just that happiness that I felt and putting it into a character. And even if they're not a flying character, like somebody, like if I'm drawing JEM singing, like I know that's happy, that's like she's loving, you're loving that so much. So yeah, I just try to pull from experiences, I guess. It sounds so cheesy, but that's
where it comes from.
How it happens.
So I want to know, and I know our KJEM listeners want to know, where can people find your work, buy your work, support what you're doing, find you on the World Wide Web?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a website. My portfolio online is sararichard.com. I have links from there to like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, so many things, DeviantArt, I think, too, and also my list of where I'm going to be going for a convention. So yeah, if anyone's in that area, I love meeting new people because I work at home by myself all day. So when I get to meet new people, it's great. And
so she might be coming to a city near you, and you
Yes.
can actually go and meet her at a convention and have her sign something for you in person, which is always so much fun.
Definitely.
So, and Sara Richard, it's Sara without an H, S-A-R-A, and then Richard without an S.
Right, I am singular Richard
Yes.
without an H.
Just so we'll make the searching a little easier.
Yeah. So I have a question for you, Jem.
You do?
I do, and I am so excited for this. Are you excited for JEM finally coming to the big screen?
Oh my gosh, you don't even know. Like when we found out that there was going to be a live action JEM and the Holograms feature film, we were bouncing off the walls. We all squealed in unison, I think. And Kimber would not stop saying outrageous. It was like outrageous, outrageous, outrageous. It was insane. We are so beyond excited. And John Chu loves JEM and the Holograms. And I think he even secretly loves the Misfits. So we just can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be coming out October 23rd, which is right before Halloween, which is such perfect timing. So we expect and hope that everybody rushes to the theater in full, their best JEM and the Holograms, costumes, clothing.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And there's going to be an amazing soundtrack, lots of wonderful new music.
Great.
Yeah, we're so excited.
That's so cool. Is Shayna designing all the costumes for the movie as well?
Shayna has a lot to do with it, and what is so lovely too is that John Chu and the production company, you know, they really wanted the JEM fans to participate, and so everybody's sending in their artwork. And I don't know if you submitted any artwork for the
might have
movie.
when the Tumblr first came out. I think I might have thrown something in there because after I regained consciousness,
right.
I think something might have been sent.
Yeah,
but
yeah, there's going to be. I just love that they wanted people that absolutely adore JEM to contribute to the movie. So it's going to be unexpected. Nobody really knows what secret things they're up to and what they're going to do.
I can only imagine.
I know.
Trying not to drive myself crazy with what could possibly be happening, but it's only going to be amazing.
It's like the biggest lesson in patience, and I love that it's going to be probably PG-13, so all the Starlight Girls can go.
Fantastic.
Which is so wonderful.
Yeah,
And,
well, that's great.
Yeah, we have so much to look forward to this year.
Cool. Is Bonnie coming back to see it as well?
I hope so.
Very cool.
I would think so, yeah.
Well, that's great.
We are so excited and thrilled about the brand new JEM and the Holograms feature film, directed by the amazing John Chu. So to get everybody excited and energized, we have an extra special surprise for you guys tonight. The debut of our brand new JEM and the Holograms remix, the 2015 Hollywood JEM remix. 2015, the Hollywood remix. A new year, a new look. You know it's gonna be outrageous. Kimber, Aja, Shayna, Rhea, myself, we had so much fun working on that. So we hope that you thought it was just as outrageous. And you're on KJEM, KJEM Radio, and we're back on with Sara. Oh, and yes, they actually released a trailer for the new JEM and the Holograms movie today
my
at a
gosh.
toy convention. I'm not sure where, but of course it blew up somewhere on social media and everybody's talking about it. So I wonder if
Fantastic.
anybody snuck in with a camera and actually got a little video
I
of
hope
it.
So.
I know.
I've been waiting so long. It's
I know.
aged me. I don't know about you, but it'll be
Yeah.
it'll be great.
I know, and it's
Hopefully.
funny, and it'll actually be here before we know it because time just seems to fly along. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
How
there we
many
go.
days till Halloween?
I know. We'll start doing the countdown.
I know,
And it's only 200 days till the grand opening of JEM and the Holograms.
That many more days to get working on a awesome costume because I have a few in mind. There's a few JEM costumes that I would love to attempt to try and sew. I can't by any means.
Like
so-
what? Which ones do you think you might want to
The
do?
Mardi Gras ones
Okay.
were amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on it.
There are so many.
There are so many.
incredible
Yeah.
designs.
I have
yeah.
a collection of a wish list of things that
Of
I would
ones
like
that
to
you
wear
want.
exactly
Yeah.
at some point.
And you need to.
Yeah,
And we need to have pictures.
Well, I'll definitely send pictures. That'll be cool.
So while I have Sarah in the studio, our phone lines are lighting up. Let's take our first caller. Caller, you are on the air on KJEM KJEM Radio.
Hey, out of my way, little Miss Pink Hair. The Misfits want their own comic, and I want my own interview. And who's this little twerp making all this noise about a JEM comic book? Seems to me what the world needs is a brand new pizzazz comic series. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it just wouldn't be an evening without you making an entrance, would it, Pizzazz? That will do it for us tonight on KJEM KJEM Radio. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you so much again to Sara Richard. Show's over, Synergy.